Hello guys, I am Assis and currently I am working with Adobe as a senior member of technical staff, or you can say like SD2. So nowadays I am keep on receiving some requests from like you can say the software developers that are seeking to switch jobs, or like college graduates, to like how they should prepare and how should they go about these product based companies. So I have decided to make a video on that. So in this video I will discuss about my journey, my approach, and how I prepared for product based companies, how what is my background, and what is my interview experience for Adobe and Amazon and Google and Facebook. I got selected in Amazon and Adobe, and I got rejected from Google and Facebook. So for preparing DSL go round, I made a list of certain topics that I need to prepare, and I am going to share that with you. So the first topic that I prepared is stack. So stack operations and how to use stack in like the problem given to us. Like you can say like next greater element. These kinds of problems uses stack. So I got well prepared for stack. Second is queue and linked list. So do prepare for these two. These are very important concept, like reverse a linked list in group of size k, clone a list with random pointers. These kinds of problems are very important, or merge sort on the linked list. So if you are planning for these product based companies, then linked list is also important. So another one is like DFS, BFS and Digextra. So go through with like how and when we need to apply BFS, when we need to apply DFS, and when we need to apply Digextra, and what is the scenario that can be solved with both. So do think about these three algorithms and their time complexity. So these are very important. These probably you will get one or two questions in any of the rounds in these product based companies. And the next thing I prepared like binary tree, binary search tree. So in binary tree and in binary search tree, or let's say you can call it like an array tree. So the basic thing is to prepare like all the views, left view, you can say bottom view, top view, right view, diagonal view. So all these view do prepare, and like traversals. So left like level order traversal, in order traversal, pre-order traversal, reverse level order traversal. So all kinds of traversals. And another thing, considering these trees like serialized and deserialized binary tree, that is a favorite question of some companies, and serialized and deserialized n array tree. So these questions are very like common. You definitely get these question in one of the companies. And another thing to prepare considering these tree problems like max sum k path, like there is a you need to find a path of length k, or like a path of sum k. These kinds of problem you need to be very good at actually. So for binary tree these problems are important, and you can practice them from Geeks for Geeks, Lead Code, or like from my channel where I will be uploading my own list. Another topic is like you can say heap. So heap is very important. Heap is used like you can say like the problems for finding top k elements, top k running elements. Okay, find running median. These kinds of problems uses heap. So go through with all the heap operations, its complexity, and how to apply heap. So do prepare for heap as well. This topic is very important. Actually, what heap does, it sometimes reduces time complexity from n log n to n log k. So that is the slight optimization, or like that is the better optimization, or n log n to n log k, where k is smaller than n. So do prepare for heap as well, and go through like how to apply heap in problems that are given to us. Okay, so the next thing is like hashing. So you need to good at hashing, because lot of string problems can be solved using hash, or like lot of the DP problem also can be solved by hash actually. And hashing is very important, and you need to also go through with the internals of hashing, like how hash map is implemented, and what are the functions, and what are the collision detection techniques that are used inside the hashing. So you need to also go through with like linear chaining and quadratic probing as well. Okay, so this is for hashing. So next topic is like random. You also need to prepare for random numbers, that like you are asked a question like you have to design a data structure that also returns get random kind of things. So these questions you need to take care of. I got this question in Amazon actually. Like you have to design a data structure that also returns get random in constant time. Okay, get random element in the constant time. So you also need to prepare for these kinds of questions. How to use random in your particular language. So you need to prepare for random as well. So the next topic is dynamic programming. Okay. So as per the dynamic programming is concerned, there are like definite patterns in dynamic programming. Like dynamic programming, finding a path, finding a minimum maximum path. Okay, dynamic programming on strings, and you can say decision making where Alice and Bob are playing the games, and either Alice can pick from either end or Bob can pick from either end. So you need to optimize like how you can pick the maximum coin. These kinds of problems. So basically, I categorize the DP in 4 segments. You can say first one is like distinct ways, like how many ways this sum or target can be achieved. Okay, and another one is like merging intervals. So for merging intervals, like the optimal sum that we got from left and optimal sum that we got from right of the current state. Okay, so this problem is like we would, for getting the optimal solution for our current consideration, we take from left and right. So these kinds of problems are called like merging intervals on DP. And another pattern is like DP on string. So you are given a string and you have to find like LCS, LIS. Okay, these kinds of problems you have to be aware of and how to find this. And another thing is like decision making. So this is 4 kinds of DP patterns that I am going to discuss in my videos as well. I will shortly publish a list on all these DP problems. So another topic is to prepare like sliding window. So sliding window is very important topic actually. You will definitely get 2 or 3 questions in Amazon for sliding window. Top K, no, not top K. You can say like maximum of minimum of every window size. This is the favorite question of Amazon. You will definitely get it in some of your rounds. So you can say like do prepare for sliding window like non-repeated smallest, non-repeated longest substring. These kinds of questions are comes under 2-pointer approach, and like you can say sliding window. So window slides each character by character to the right, and you also keep a pointer to the left, so that take care of like our current length. So these kinds of problems you need to prepare. This is very important topic for product based companies interview perspection. Another thing is like if you are preparing for Google, then do prepare for segmentary. Google also asked for segmentary questions. Some of the segmentary questions I got one actually. That's why I am telling you, do prepare for segmentary as well. So you don't need to like go on competitive for the competitive programming for these product based companies. You just need to be good at your DSLGO concepts, and you will be doing good at your interview. Okay, that's at least that's I can say. So the first and the real problem that we face nowadays while applying to these product based companies is like resume shortlisting, or how should we go about applying. So what are the ways that we can apply to these product based companies. So basically we can apply these to these product based companies by either by, you can say like by referral or by visiting company's career page. But by visiting company's career page, you are having less chance to getting a call from HR rather than applying via referral. So it is best way to apply for a product based company, like get connected with someone on the LinkedIn and straight away ask for referral to them, and do ask them for follow up as well. So in my case, I applied to Adobe, I applied to Amazon, Facebook and Google via referral. I got connected with someone that I know already that is working at Amazon, Adobe, Facebook and Google. So I asked them to refer me at these companies. So they referred me and I received call from, I think, all the HRs from all the companies, all of these listed companies, Facebook, Google and Adobe and Amazon. So they in the Adobe they shared me a link. After calling just test link. In Amazon I got the same thing, the test link, and in Google I got the telephonic interview invitation, and in Facebook I also got the telephonic interview invitation. So in this way I approached. So do approach via referral. Get connected with someone on LinkedIn and ask them for referral. In this section of my video, I am going to discuss like how I prepared and what are the topics and what are the sections of my interview. So basically, if you are applying for these product based companies, then I think there are like, you can say, four kind of different interviews you are getting. So one is like DSL go round, that is called technical round, and another one is like low level design round, and third one is like high level design round, and fourth one is a behavioral. If you are applying to like these companies, you can say Adobe, Amazon. In Amazon you can call it like uh, leadership principles, and with respect to Adobe you can call it just a behavioral, and in Google you can call it googliness round, and in Facebook it is same behavioral round. So you need to prepare for all these four kinds of interview. So I will first discuss about DSLGO technical round, and then I will start discussing about like low level design round, and then high level design round, and how I prepared about them, and what are the things that need to be taken care for these kinds of round. So in this section of my video, I am going to discuss like what are the topics that need to be prepared for low level design round. So for low level design rounds, you need to be prepared for questions like how to design an elevator, how to design a parking lot, these kinds of systems, how to design a client server chat, these kinds of things they will ask in these kinds of rounds, or some custom question they will get. Okay, so how you are going to answer these kinds of questions? So first you need to identify what kinds of entities, what kind of classes are there. Okay, so first point is like identify what are the classes that are used in your scenario. Okay, and after that, what are the functions of each of these entities. Okay, and another thing is like how these entities are related to other entities and how is their dependencies. So first identify the components, or like you can say entities, and then their functions, what are their functions, and third is like their dependency with other entities. Okay, and for during solving these questions, speak out loud. Do ask each and every doubt with your interviewer, like how you are going to do create these entities and what its responsibilities and how it interacts with other entities as well. Okay, so these kinds of things are need to be considered. And another thing is like you need to be very clear about design patterns, basically at least structural design patterns. Like singleton is commonly asked, singleton, builder pattern, like, or prototype, or you can say like abstract factory. So these kinds of these kinds of design patterns you should have to go through. In this section of my video, I am going to discuss like for how to approach system design rounds and how I prepared actually for system design round. So you will get what types of, first I will discuss what types of questions you are going to get in these kinds of rounds. So they will straight away ask you to design a Uber, design a Zomato, design Swiggy, so design BookMyShow, or you can say design Ola, design eBay, design Amazon itself, design Facebook, design Google. So you cannot design these kinds of component in a 45 minutes. Okay, so what they are expecting from you is like how you go about this question, how you approach these questions, and how you consider each and every component that are involved in our system. Okay, so first is like get clarified with the interviewer, like what is the functionality that he want us to achieve with our system. Okay, so let's say you are going to design Uber, so do ask him like what do he want. He want ride booking system or just like whole Uber. Okay, so get clarified with these like functional requirements. So what is the functionality that we are going to achieve from our system? So that is the first point, you need to be clear about what is the functional requirement. So second is like non-functional requirement. So our system should be scalable. How our system would be, how our system would behave if the, means like you can say scale is increased. So is our system is scalable or not, or like how much latency we can accept. So our system, for the non-functional requirements, our system should be available, highly available, scalable, and reliable actually. So these non-functional requirements are like most likely are fixed, you can say. Nowadays all the systems needs all these three things: scalability, high availability, and reliability. So you need to discuss with your interviewer that what are the things that needs to be there. Either it should be available, scalable, or like reliable. So you need to discuss with these kinds of things with your interviewer as well. So as these 2 points completes, I will discuss on third point. So third point is like capacity estimation and constants. So in this system you will decide like how much space your system is going to take. Like if you are analyzing the logs, then where you are keeping the logs, what kind of db you are using, and what is the size of that db is. Okay, so do estimate network bandwidth, how much bandwidth you are going to use in your system. So in capacity estimation, first thing you need to consider is like db size, what are the tables that you are going to have, and what is the size of each of the table, and deduce these computation for at least 5 years. Okay, so how much data is going to be needed for 5 years. Okay, and so get the points, get some numbers, and display it to your interviewer. This will impact us a lot actually. This will create a good impact. Okay, so this is the third point. And the fourth point is like system APIs. So what are the system APIs that you are going to expose to your interviewer, like to your system? So like get, or like you can also update your system. So these kind of system APIs. So what are the functionality that you have decided in the first step? So for each of that functionality you are going to create put, get, delete, these kinds of APIs, like get book rights, get all the rights that are nearby. So these kinds of APIs with like their signature, or you can say like you can just write a curl format or like rest format. Okay, for these kind of things. So you need to come up with some system APIs as well. So the next point is database design and schema. Okay, so you need to design a normalized schema and what kind of DB you are using. So is your system is like is generating some random data, or like your system is generating some fixed data. So you need to decide between NoSQL and SQL. So what kind of DB you are going to use depends on the system that you are designing actually. So for like, but you can say if the schema is fixed, then you can suggest to go with SQL. And if you are dealing with some like transaction system, then definitely you should go about MySQL. Okay, and if you are dealing with some random data, then obviously the NoSQL is better choice because its partition and sorting is easy. So do discuss with these kind of point like SQL and NoSQL, what are you are going to use and why you are going to use that. Okay, so this is the one point. And another thing is like when you consider scaling, then you ask him how you are going to scale. You are going to horizontally scale, you are going to vertically scale, what are the other components that you are introducing into your system. Like you are going to introduce load balancer, and what is the strategy that your load balancer deploy to, means like it is consistent hashing or some other thing. Okay, so do discuss with these kind of things, like how your load balancer assigns request to each of the servers that you have replicated. Okay, that it could be round robin, consistent hashing, and their benefits, like how consistent hashing is good over round robin, and how consistent hashing saves your lot of computations. So you need to be clear about consistent hashing as well. So load balancer introduction is done. Now another component that we need to consider is like cache. So what kind of caches you are going to use, and what is the eviction policies of the cache. So let's say you are using write through cache, write ahead cache, so and LRU cache. So these kinds of caches are frequently used, or mem cache, how mem cache you are going to use. So what is the eviction policy? So first decide where you are going to deploy the cache, like between load balancer to web server, or like web server to application server, or application server to DB. So at each of these component you need to consider how you are going to use your cache, and what is the policy, eviction policy that is going to be. So please discuss these things with your interviewer as well. Okay, so let me check. So the next topic is like sharding and data partitioning. So how you are going to partition if the data is increasing actually day by day. Let's say if you are designing Facebook, then likes, comments, and subscribes are increasing like anything. Profile pictures, you are uploading photos to the Facebook, like anyway. Okay, so the data is increasing at exponential rate. So how you are going to handle this kind of data, massive rate of growth actually? So here comes the sorting. You need to sort the data based on like you can say like client ID by a region ID. Okay, so what are the sorting techniques and how you are going to apply that to into your current system that you are designing? Okay, so the approaches you need to discuss with your interviewer. Okay, so this is how you approach the system design rounds, or like how I approach the system, my system design rounds. Okay, so hope you have enjoyed this video, and for more videos like that, do subscribe my channel. Thank you for watching.